Fenton announces call.
And a very quick call.
It's
You'd have to guess he's got a 4, Gavin, on that flop. I can't see what else he'd want to call with, unless he's got an ace high that he just wants to get to the end.
Pocket pair, maybe?
Pocket pair, yes.
Something
possibly.
like 6s. There's 160.
Probably would have raised pre-flop, perhaps.
Yeah, maybe, you'd have thought. 160,000 in the call, so
it was worth that price.
Sebastian and Ruthenberg will be rooting for a killer river card because there's already 600,000 in the pot between our 2 chip leaders.
3 of hearts. Davidi's going to check now.
Fascinating to see. I hope we see a showdown here. Oh, looks like a bet coming.
Fenton says 300,000. Davidi shows the 10 of diamonds and mucks his hand.
Fenton Gavin takes it down and restores that little gap between him and Davide Kitai. They kept the pot pretty controlled though. Well, that was $1 million in it by the end, 500,000 each one in that. So well, let's have a look. 3.2 million plays 1.9 million. That is back to where they were a few hands ago.
It's just slightly strange to see them butting heads like this.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. As if you needed reminding, the biggest series of tournaments in the history of online poker happens to be going on
this time.
Now,
Davidi's going to go
on
first.
a little site called PokerStars. It's going on until the 22nd of September. 33 events it comprises. We're about halfway through. $30 million guaranteed.
Sebastian's going to get a walk again.
And we're busting those guarantees as well. 5,200 is the main event buy-in.
And he shows another ace.
That's a huge poker tournament. I think 10 million guaranteed. There you go. I knew it. 10 million guaranteed tournament you can qualify for from $2.20.
2 impressive figures. Another walk for Ruthenberg there. Seems to have calmed down a little bit. There were a few all-ins to start with when we're 3-handed, and now perhaps it's settled down into more of a pattern.
Sebastian and Davidi on the blinds. We're going to let Fenton go first this time.
I think the players have realised they're still playing this tournament at this stage.
Raise. He announces raise from the button.
210.
210,000, he says.
Well, a conventional raise. We haven't seen too many of those recently.
Kitai goes straight for his chips.
You're surprised at this, aren't you? The fact that he's prepared to
Davidi in the big blinds.
Tangle, and tangling out of position as well with Fenton Gavin. I mean, he doesn't have much choice. 2 out of the 3 times he's out of position, but
Davidi's going to make the call.
He does do this. We have seen him do it when there were more players as well, calling out the big blind. Ruthenberg takes a walk, hoping to hear large shouts and screams from behind him, you'd have thought.
This flop's going to cost him each 210,000. Here's the flop. King of clubs, 3 of hearts, 8 of hearts. Davidi's going to check. Fenton really quick. Fenton checks behind him. Let's go ahead and see that free turn card.
Check, check it goes. We've got 500,000 chips in this pot, give or take.
That's the king of hearts. We now have 2 kings with 3 hearts on board.
Well, that sort of makes it hard to represent anything, because a lot of the hands that hits would have bet the flop, you'd have thought. I suppose if one of the players has got a pocket pair, he's now going to feel that it might well be good.
I suppose an ace of hearts might fancy a bet as well here.
Yeah, absolutely. Good shout.
Fenton's going to bet 400,000.
Well, Gavin doesn't think that Kitai will be checking something twice. So, Gavin could have a hand here.
Down his chips here.
Well, this is fascinating. We've now got... Oh.
That might be a tell.
Might be a tell.
That's a
Davidi
call.
is going to make the call of 400,000.
This is a serious pot now.
Our pot's now well over $1 million.
That was a big bet from Gavin on the turn. I'm trying to work out what he
kings on board with
bet nearly the pot there.
King 8-3. Let us see the river card, please.
Yeah, he doesn't look as relaxed as he has done in some hands. Hard to know what that means.
Diamonds. Davidi's going to check.
10 of diamonds doesn't look like it changes anything. 1.2 million in the pot. Gavin's driven the action in this hand. Raise pre-flop. Check behind on the flop and bet the turn.
Terry, did you fill up?
Oh, he's not getting anything
I think you're full.
out of Davide Katai.
He's going to check his nut flush.
A nut
Ace-high
flush there.
Davidi's going to pass.
Well,
I'm amazed he didn't bet the river there. He's been checked to on the river. Would the full house check to on the river?
$1 million to Fenton.
That's a fascinating play. I mean, we're three-handed. He's hit the nut flush. Good check from him on the flop. I like that. He's not going to get blown off the hand. He's picked up his nut flush draw, and then he makes it.
Check the nuts. You're the king. You miss pay. Payday.
I mean, absolutely. I mean, he's laughing about it. But if Davide Katai does have a king there, I mean, I don't know that he does, but let's say he does have a king there. It's incredibly tough for him to put it down if he does bet the river.
Yes, yeah, we could have had a third place finisher there in that circumstance, but
we don't know. We don't know whether he had a king or not. I think it's more likely that he had, let's say, a pocket pair with a heart. I don't know. Nines with a nine of hearts. That's what I'm giving him. He could have that kind of hand. I don't know. I just don't know if he's going to check a king twice either, really.
Davidi's going to make the call out of the small blind. Fenton announces raise in the big blinds.
All in.
Fenton says raise all in the big blinds.
Katai straight into the tank, leaning back.
Well,
so he's just called, has he, on the small blind?
He's just limped in. Gavin's moved all in for 3.8 million, and I think we're going to see a lot of this now. That last pot is extremely significant, but Gavin, well, that's probably quite a big laydown in the context of the stacks. Should just update you that Gavin's now got 4 million chips, and Katai and Ruthenberg both on about 1 million. So it's a significant pot for Katai because it knocked him down. It was a significant pot for Ruthenberg because it puts him level on chips. And you're going to see Gavin put the hammer down now, I think. He can lose an all-in to one of these players and still have a big chip lead. And still have a million chip lead if he loses a double-up hand.
I just feel like we've seen some really strange play from Katai. He's entered pots that he can't have had a hand in it. All of these pots and been unlucky. I think he's been playing too loose and he's put himself in trouble. Could cost him a lot of money.
Here's outdoors. Not something that we in the poker community are big fans of, but you can have a look at it if you like. The fabulous casino here in Barcelona.
I was going to give a minimum raise to you.
And then I thought, yeah.
Thanks for your messages, guys. Sorry we haven't got through too many of them, but the action's been coming thick and fast in the last few minutes.
Shouldn't be allowed to do that.
I never make
Steve Reed from Lincoln, England has emailed in to say Finland Gavin started to change gears six-handed and the rest of the players are now playing catch-up since he did. If Gavin continues to play aggressively, he's going to win this unless he gets very unlucky. Well, it's a good shout, Steve, because he sent that about 20 minutes ago and he's been proved right. But it's kind of looked that way for most of the day, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a very impressive performance, hasn't it?
We'll start off with Fenton on the button.
Raise.
He says raise. Time.
So another raise from Gavin. I think that's taken down the hand, is it? Yes, it does. Yes, I feel Katai has changed gears, but in a very strange way. Where he has called raises pre-flop. I wouldn't say Katai has been aggressive as such. He's played more hands. Managed to bleed away a million chips in the last 15 minutes.
It's correct or not? 80,000?
Yeah, and it's hard to know because we don't know what he had in that hand, but it's possible that he got saved the chop in this tournament by Finton Gavin not betting that river. Although I guess he has to fold quite a lot of his hands if he does bet the river, because he would at that point only be beating a bluff. If you put yourself in a Sebastian Ruthenberg seat, things have really changed, haven't they? Because he's been the short stack for half an hour and he got the miracle he wanted. Not quite the knockout somebody else, but he's now more or less equal in chips with Davide Katai.
Things have changed without him really doing a whole lot.
Absolutely.